Hey y'all. Y'all know who it is. I guess just in case. My name is Justice Aaliyah Smith Riley. And I'm here today with a video. So it's been a while, and I do mean a while since I have been on here with y'all. Like, I just checked my recent video, and I think it was almost a year ago. I think next year is a year since my last video. Okay, long story short, I don't have any excuses, any rhyme or reason. All I can really say is, like, I did for a little bit between the time actually make a couple of videos, but I just never posted them. So that is like my fault. Besides that, honestly, that's almost it. You know, I guess there was some updates since I'm thinking about a year ago. About a year ago I just started at one of my jobs that I'm still at. So not congratulations, that sounds but yesterday made a year of me working over there. I just started a second job a week or so, a couple of weeks ago, but due to circumstances that I may just do a little story time on that. That job did not work, so basically I'm back to just one job again. I may do a little story time on that, just a little on the side. When I have a makeup look, I could just pop the camera on and tell y'all that went. Nothing major at all. It's just, it wasn't gonna work out. I mean, to some people, certain reasons could have been like, hey girl, that's a reason, but nothing. I'm still blessed. I'm still here to look after because of King Jesus, I believe. Okay, so today's video topic, since I already put almost 2 minutes, I just wanted to say that today's video topic is going to be on cartoons. Honestly, I'm just gonna be rating some cartoons that, like, especially my nostalgia cartoons and stuff that I actually watch, because why would I rate stuff I didn't watch? I would just it'd be lie. So I'm going to do A through F system, and then I'm gonna do E on the side. E is going to be there's effort. I'm just gonna do E for effort, but E means for me in this particular video, it means I didn't watch it, but there's effort because it made it to us being a series. There was illustrators, there was people who wrote scripts, there's voice actors, there's people who do edits, people who greenlit the show, people with the technicalities on the cameras and all that. There's still effort for every television show. It doesn't matter how obvious people may think a certain show is kind of like a brain dump to them. It doesn't matter. It still took some effort for those people, at least on somebody's end. Even if the quality isn't that good in the writing, the animation is probably still at least decent enough, or the voice acting still decent enough. Like, that's one, I guess I would say, a little opinion I have that's not that popular. For example, like Fanboy and Chum Chum. I didn't really watch it like that. Okay, I guess to put a little background to that, I was born in 2000, so by Fanboy and Chum Chum, I think came out when I was like 13 or 14, I think one of those years. It feels like back then, I guess. So I was already not really into cartoons. I hit this phase in the middle between being a child, like the whole, not even like I guess somewhat teenager in the middle. I didn't really watch cartoons at all. I was hitting that, oh, I'm too grown for it. Yeah, look at because I guess I convinced myself there was that age. So by then that type of shows was on. I used to like glimpse on an episode or two waiting for Spongebob, because Spongebob is a classic. Basically that's how that goes. For example, that type of show isn't really my cup of tea, honestly. It's kind of loud, a little bit repetitive for me. It's kind of loud. The jokes don't really hit like a joke that I would prefer, but still, to other people, that's their thing and that's their time, and not even that. Some people honestly, like, it really is something they enjoy. And honestly, a lot of those shows, like for example, the Teen Titans Go, they have high quality in other things. Like Teen Titans Go, for example, kind of just left Fanboy and Chum Chum, but Teen Titans Go, when I seen that come out of so many years ago, their animation is beautiful on it. Like it's very colorful, very bright, very to it. The pacing is good, the technicalities is good. The voice actors are, most of them, or if almost all of them, are the same ones. They probably added new ones, but everyone who's in the role from original Teen Titans, I believe, they're all still on that one, you know, on Teen Titans Go. So honestly, I believe, you know, there's still qualities. It's just certain things you don't prefer. It's a preference thing. Certain things are flat out like wrong and they honestly should change, I believe. But some things are literally just preference. It's like oranges and apples. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things I have to put my foot down on, because I really do like cartoons and even started liking some anime. Honestly, it is kind of ridiculous how some people be acting on the newer shows and they don't like it. For this, that, and the other, and it's like they have this like almost cultish stand, which can be quite, you know, negative to do for if they do it the wrong way. Okay, so our first one, because you know, it's talking, that's the whole point. You know, entertainment. So the first one I'm going to do is, we're gonna just do something easy. Okay, so I got A through F. And then I got A through F, and then I got E, which I already explained. A by itself will be like, okay, A is going to be the 90s 100, you know, and then I'll just put 100 if I think it's 100. I don't think I got anything that's like that. And then I'll tell you my top 5 favorite cartoons, honestly. No, I may do that on, you'll see the hint, but I'll explain it in a different video. A plus, like we'll do, A plus will be like 97, 98, 99. And then A will be like 94, 95, 96. And then A minus will be like 91, 92, 93. So you kind of get that. So like that idea. And same with B, C, D, and you know. E, I'm just going to pick E. E doesn't need a plus, minus, or because I don't really know it. I just seen of it. I honestly don't have enough to say about it to really give you a concise opinion. And I feel like shows that I would say needs an E is if I didn't even watch one season of collective material. I won't say one full season, like I didn't say like season 1, because for example, let me tell you something. Spongebob came out in 1999. I was born in 2000. I don't remember too many things before, pretty much anything before 2003. I'm not going to tell you I watched the full season of the greatest seasons that they say, because I did, but it wasn't in order. So I may, for all I know, miss 2 episodes after all these years. So that's what I said. If I didn't watch at least a season amount of, you can just tell what an average season is, you know, you can even look that up, or, you know, get an average. If you didn't watch at least 20 something episodes of the show, honestly, I don't think I have enough room to spit out a view on it. I'll do SpongeBob, for example. That's easy. Okay, so my view on SpongeBob, I'm gonna write out the letter. We'll get on it kind of fast. Okay, my view on SpongeBob is, overall, you gotta take all the seasons all the way up, you know. I'm going to say this, actually. You're gonna be shocked. And it's gonna be on the higher end of this. It's not gonna be the lowest end, but it's a B minus. I know it's backwards, but let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be so hard for me. A. So B minus. B minus is definitely passing. It's definitely more than a C, but I put in the whole consideration of the whole series. I don't just count the new stuff. You gotta count the whole thing as it is, you know what I mean? You know, it's honestly, because the newer seasons, they did do a huge turnaround within, I think, there was this gap, if you ever noticed, by, like, anyone who watches the reviews. I think it was after it was before the second movie, because the third movie I think came out. The second movie, the season before, they were really just kind of dedicating a lot of it to the paying attention to the movie itself. Well, there was a huge gap in time, and I think that honestly, a lot of mistakes from within that season, honestly, you can just think they probably were low on staff. They probably had some members that were more than likely solely on that, or even a good chunk of people who were split. Honestly, that's what I would think, because the movie has to have a lot of focus on it. It's like a one-time hit and done, you know what I mean? That particular film. So I kind of give that season a little bit of slack. But after that season, they actually improved. When the movie already came out, that season they actually improved. They turned it around, and it's been pretty consistent. The animation's beautiful. They do more slapstick. It's kind of a turn, but they do it right. And what gives me a little bit of Rocco's Modern Life feel a little bit. And then it kind of gives me more of like what this generation feels like. It's a transition. Like it transitioned quite beautifully. I feel like the transition, like from seasons 4 to 6, 7 was just flat out just not really the best season all around. Like, let's keep it real. 7 and 8, 7 and even some of 8, and then 6 honestly was not the world's best. But I would say between 4 to 6, it's like they were transitioning from the main, the creator of the show leaving, and then a good chunk, I think several members of the cast also left too. And people like to think, I think roles, people also, to add to that, get a little mixed up on roles. They, and it's honestly understandable, because if you don't know, you don't know. But I think some people think because the characters are still physically there, like drawn in, it's a cartoon, that the show would still be good. Like Spongebob's still there, it should still be good. No, it's really more of the writing, because you can change the animation up. You notice that later on when they brought back after the second movie, when the show improves, at least to some viewers like me. The animation changed a lot. It's not really necessarily the animation that plays a role. It's a lot of writing that plays a role in the personality within it. You can have the same voice actors. Most of at least the main cast of voice actors have been the same voice actors since the very beginning. So honestly, it does not make a lot of, it's the writing, that makes the difference. Yeah, so I have to still put in the whole sum of the series. It's definitely a B, but 4 through 6 was very awkward, and 6 and 7 and 8 were, to me, just flat out low quality. It brings it down. Those are like a D. I don't feel like rounding it up exactly. I'm pretty sure we weren't just, but I would say if you have 3 C's and then a couple of D's, and then you have some great seasons at the beginning, I'm saying a B. I'm gonna say a B minus. That's just my thing. Okay, so after SpongeBob, let's go ahead and do, what show should I do next? Ooh. Brandi and Mr Whiskers. That's another show that just popped up in my head, and I remember watching it a lot, or at least a good chunk. I kind of remember that more in my memory. Brandi and Mr Whiskers. I do believe I did watch at least a season. There's some more Disney ones I could just say. Brandi and Mr Whiskers, I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna pretty much, you know what, I'm gonna kind of put it as a safe bet, honestly. You know what, yeah, I'll do Brandi and Mr Whiskers. We already got this far in. Yeah, I'm gonna do B minus on this one also too. Animation's beautiful. Voice acting was excellent, I believe, by whatever memory I have of it. But certain shows, man. If it's a show and it's kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily people just wanting to have the freshest, newest thing and make the maximum money, whatever. Stuff like that. But certain shows are good, but they were short. And I think that was kind of a thing. Brandi and Mr. Whiskers was definitely not a long series. But then, like, for as non-series, it kind of has the Camp Lazlo feeling to me. For as, how, for the lack of seriousness that it has, I understand why the show isn't going to be extremely long. Shows where it's animals doing, I think it's excuse me, I'm not, I think, shows that like animals are the cast and instead of humans, it's kind of awkward after a while to keep it going. I mean, yes, you can. It's either gonna, if you run out of ideas and episodes, to me, ideas for episodes, you're gonna take a route of becoming more serious and giving you more depth in character, or repeating. And some shows, they just choose to do one or the other, whichever one gives them the maximum profit. It was short. It was a little too short to me from the timing, by at least what I remember as a kid, like 9, 10 or whatever. And remembering watching reviews of this series, I would say it's about a B-. I can even see if somebody's, yeah, B- is the lower end. Maybe even just a regular B, but I think a B- is just about right. Actually, I thought of a different one I actually think I'm gonna do. This sounds great. The Proud Family. Okay, so the Proud Family, I do remember a good chunk of. And I just want to tell you, as an African American woman, I do like an African American show, especially cartoons for the kids, and it's being positive. Excellent. So, I'm actually going to do this. But there's some duds. Backwards, I'm sorry. But you know how A's, the vertical, yeah, whatever, all that. A-. Let me go ahead and just make you remember. It's the A-, y'all. A-. Okay, so there's a couple of reasons why this is. I don't think almost any show, to me, there's always going to be a couple of low ends. It's kind of like a grade. A+ is kind of, 100 is just, come on, that's 100, come on now. And an A+ is like, you're saying kind of really, really close. I guess I could do A, but I'm gonna say A- for a few reasons. I'm gonna just tell you how it is. I'm an African American woman. And I want to also tell you that, I just, like, know of culture. Our cultures can be quite different depending on, like, African American, Afro-Latino, excuse me, if you're even from the North, or you're more, like, country black, like I would say, or you northern city folks, and all that stuff. The Proud Family has a slight problem with Black stereotypes, and I notice it's me, but it's not a disrespectful way. It's disrespectful way. It's just like, it's a little, like, we're Black people. We don't have to necessarily do every single lingo or outfit, and I don't do it all the time. And there is another problem. I'm not going to get too deep into it, because personally, for its time, and for what it did, and what it, people make mistakes. The writers make mistakes. But there was a problem I actually watched. One of my favorite YouTubers is this man named Tumerific Tyreek. And he did I believe, like, some sort of interview, you would say, in his video with the creator of the Proud Family. He had asked, I think at some point in the video, of course paraphrasing, because I don't have the video with me, about this issue. So the Proud Family had an issue, which is, we're just gonna call it out how it is. Okay, so the main cast with Penny and everybody else, La Cienega, I think her name was Zoe, the white girl, with the red hair, tall and all that, and the little boy, I forgot his name. The crew. Trust me, if you got that many members, you'll probably just buy muscle memory. I'm just kidding. Muscle memory is fake, actually. But by that much, okay, so basically the close friend of Penny is another African American girl, a little bit different of a build, different of a background. She, and this, that, and the other. Matter of fact, that's kind of the problem. She's African American, and I would say she's browner to dark skin. I don't think she's personally dark skin. I feel like there's a big range of brown skin personally to me, and then there's a small range of lighter skin, and then there's a small range of, like, darker skin. I think she's more in the brown than anything. That's just a personal preference. But she is darker skinned than Penny. The problem is there's some portrayed stereotypes going on in the series about Dejanay. There is some, or Dejanay, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. There is some stereotypes on her that are not flattering, that are ignorant, and I just wish weren't in there throughout the series. For Lacianica, not Lacianica, well, actually Lacianica too, Dejanay. And it's not really it. I don't, and looking back at it now, it is messy. Will I say I understand every one of the complaints? No, flat out, because I'm not dark skinned. I can't tell you that. And do I even agree with every single one of the complaints? No, because I mean, flat out, as it is as it is. Sometimes you can just debunk stuff and you call it a day, and there's gonna be hurt feelings. But a majority of the stuff, flat and foremost and out, nah, girl, that's it. I think they could have approached things differently. It's been a while since I watched the video, and I think the biggest reason why people notice this stereotype now is not just because she's black, because honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you actually watch the Proud Family like that, they was kind of stereotyping everybody. Lacianica got stereotyped, the black boy got stereotyped, the little rapper that Penny liked got stereotyped. Like, even the family, the sugar mama got stereotyped. So really everybody kind of low-key got it. Even the little kids, they act like little baby kids. Everybody low-key got stereotyped. Let's be completely real. Penny even got stereotyped as like this stereotypical goody, she's light-skinned chick. Everybody kind of got. So I will, at least and some people think it's more just Dejanay. That's where I have to draw a line that I do actually, in fact, excuse me, my leg, disagree with. That, and some people, I believe, don't say that. But I will say Dejanay's character was not portrayed in the world's best looking at it now. Was she flat out to the point where it is a racist? No, I don't believe that in my heart. There's just different lines. But there, racism, and even in a prejudiced way, is still should not be tolerated and accepted. You know what I mean? With open arms, excuse me, had a hiccup. Should not be accepted like that. Do I not feel safe because somebody believes in these views? No, not in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But it is a little ignorant, but I do believe now in this time of day, people are starting to learn. And especially, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. I have to live like a Christian. I forgive him. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. The way people learn is later on, I mean, you can't kill somebody to learn. That's not the way it goes. You just, it's wrong. And if you can state a better way, then state a better way, I believe. But you don't kill somebody for them to learn. So that's what I believe. He can change, anyone can change. And I don't even think it was in the most malicious way. I think it was kind of the thing. Because if you want to be real honest with everybody, the whole early 2000s, as much as, and even back in the day, so much as everyone, like, really, really just praises and gives so much, leeway for the early 2000s, a lot of the stuff, especially in the black community, entertainment wise, did have like this layer of stereotype into it. And even when I watched some of the earlier films in the 2000s, like the stereotypical African American films, like Soul Plane and all that stuff, you see a lot of stereotypes, and people kind of just gloss over it with the nostalgia lenses. Long story short, that's the reason why I say Proud Family did have some great views. As a Christian, I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. He's my only way. And I don't believe in no other gods, any stuff like that. But I do want to say, I did like how friendly they were to other communities. See, I don't agree with other views. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to accommodate for other in that sense. But I do still love anyone of any other views. The Muslims, the LGBTQ community, the non-believers, stuff like that. I still love them because that's the point. We're supposed to spread out the message. And to be honest, before you had Christ, you might as well been anybody else because you still weren't right. So I like how friendly they were and how childlike they were. They were children who just accept other children, or really children that just love other children. You know, come over to my house and play. Come over to here and play. Because, you know, I was around some diverse people growing up. I still believe in my Jesus, but I was around a lot of diversity and love, you know, I believe, and it's a blessing. I learned a lot. Excuse me. So, that's how that goes. Proud Family gets an A-. I did like the end of the series, kind of like, I believe it was like a movie. I did like that. There's a lot of technicalities. The animation isn't my absolute world's favorite over the years, but the animation is beautiful. It definitely has a nostalgia lens to it. It's just gorgeous in that sense. I do like animated shows a lot, and I do like Black positivity. Of course, I appreciate it. It's a blessing. The next series I would like to say is, hold on, give me just a second. I'm gonna have to turn something on real quick. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the next series I would like to pick is, you know, it's surprising, but I'm actually gonna say, no, I'm trying to think to myself. Maybe I will pick, I'm gonna give this video about 5 more minutes, and I'm actually gonna do a part 2. And on this part 2, we're gonna be a lot more focused on this little rating system. So, yay. Okay, so I'll pick about another series. Let's see. You know what? Let's go ahead and do My Gym Partner is a Monkey, because I remember this one too. I just came up with 3 more like that. Thank you, Jesus. You know, so I'm not just lost, I believe. My Gym Partner is a Monkey. To be honest, because of personal view, I'm actually gonna rate this. B plus, actually. B plus. I actually rate it as a B plus. My Gym Partner is a Monkey is entertaining to me. It's funny. I like animals because it, like, you know, yes, animals, like, basically cast of a cartoon animation can kind of get typecasted in a sense, because you don't really expect some depth to me. But in other senses, if you know it's gonna be more humor, you have more of an option. So you have a lot more of options, basically. So, which is actually pretty cool. So it does its thing. It's funny. The voice acting's good. It's like, you know, basically it's funny. I like the voice acting. I like the color scheme too. It's not so overly bright, but you actually do see quite a bit of colors, especially when you see the animals. The animation of the animals, I like the look is more like softer. It's not any really sharp edges. It just reminds me of, I like that look personally. It's kind of soft. It's kind of there. I like it a lot, honestly. And honestly, a B plus is to me. I don't think A tiers. A tiers to me are more like, I think you'll kind of see my theme more later on. But A tier is a little high. Let's do one more actually. Actually, I think I'm gonna call this video as a quits, and we're gonna do it in a part 2, because I don't want to rush this, to be honest. I think I got something right here. So, not in any sort of bragging, not blaming, bragging, I don't mean it anyway, but there's a flow, and it will just be easier, and I want to stay under 30. So everybody, see you soon. God bless you all in Jesus Christ's name. Jesus Christ is Lord. Take care, and I can't wait to, you know, keep on talking with y'all. You know, I'm gonna see you soon, I believe.